Okay, we're back again for more solving equations on both sides, but this time we're going to do some word problems, okay? So I'm going to show you this example from the book. Let's read it together. Example 3. It says, Arabica coffee costs $28 per pound and Robusta coffee costs $8.75 per pound. How many pounds of Arabica coffee must you mix with 3 pounds of Robusta coffee to make a blend that costs $15.50 per pound? So here's the information. We're going to make our own table instead of looking at that. So we know we have 2 types of coffee, right? Arabica and Robusta. And we want to make a blend. Well, this coffee shop wants to make a blend. Okay? So Arabica costs $28 per pound. I'm just going to put a note up here that says per LB, so I know that's per pound. Robusta costs $8.75 per pound. And they want the coffee blend to cost $15.50 per pound. Okay? So I know if I take the amount of Arabica coffee, so we can call it A. Let's call it A for Arabica. If I take the number of pounds of Arabica coffee and I multiply it by 28, I'm going to get the total cost, right? If I take the Robusta coffee and multiply it by 875, I'm going to get the total cost, right? But the other thing they told us is that the question is here, how much Arabica coffee must be mixed with 3 lbs, 3 pounds of Robusta to make that blend. So they're telling us how much Robusta they want us to use. So really, we don't know how much Arabica we're going to use, but we'll call it A. And instead of writing A times 28, I'm going to write 28A. Usually, when you see numbers and variables, the number comes first. So 28 times A is going to give me how much Arabica I need, right? Robusta, they're telling me I need 3 pounds of that. So I'm going to add 3 pounds of Robusta times, how much is the Robusta? $8.75 a pound. So you can use that multiplication symbol. If you don't like that, you can use a parentheses. We're getting away from the X though. Okay? And that has to equal what? It has to equal however much of this blend you have times $15.50. Well, actually, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to set it up like this. So this is the cost of the blend, right? If I take $28, multiply it by how much Arabica I have, and then I add 3 pounds times 875, I know the cost of the blend. So let's simplify this more. This comes out to 28A plus, well, what's 3 times 875? I'm just going to get my calculator out real quick so I don't mess it up. Let's see. 3 times 8.75 is 26.25. Okay, but I still can't figure out how many pounds of Arabica or A I need because I need to set up an equation. It needs to be equal to something. So we have one other piece of information. We know that the cost of the blend, so I know I can set this equal to $15.50 times the amount of coffee that there is. So all I know for the amount of coffee is it's going to be 3 pounds of Robusta plus, I don't know how many pounds of Arabica yet. That's what I'm trying to figure out, right? So 3 plus the pounds of A times 1550 is also going to give me the cost. So if this gives me the cost and the left side gives me the cost, now I can start solving this equation. So this becomes 28A plus 26.25 equals, well, what's 1550 times 3? That is 46.5. And then plus 1550 times A, right? We can just distribute that 1550 in. Now I'm just solving the equation like I would. Let's get my A's together. Let's take minus 15.50A out of here. And let's combine it with this one. And then I'm just going to use my calculator so that I know I'm not making any mistakes. 28 minus 15.5 is 12.5. There's a decimal there. Plus 26.25 equals 46.5, right? That's gone. Now let's move my plain old number to the other side. This goes away, and I have 12.50a equals, well, what's 46.50? $46.50. Take away $26.25 is $20.25. So my last step to figure out how many pounds of Arabica I need is to divide by 12.50. So this goes away, and that becomes, it's not right, 20.25 divided by 12.5 comes out to be I'm just going to write this, 1.6176. So what does that mean? That means you need 1.6176 pounds, lbs, of Arabica coffee to make that blend. There's our answer. All right, let's try one more of these story problems. We're going to look at example 4. So example 4 says Cameron pays 95 cents per song with his current music service. A new music download service charges 89 cents per song with a $12 joining fee. Should Cameron switch to the new service? Okay, so here's this picture, right? He's currently just has this plan where he pays 95 cents to download a song. This new plan costs $12 to join it, and then it's cheaper. It's 89 cents per song. So should he join? Let's get a fresh page and let's figure this out. Should he join? All right, so let's look at the new music service. The cost, we'll write the cost of the new music service is $12, was it? Yeah, $12 to join, plus, I guess we don't need to put the dollars, plus 89 cents per song. So I can put S for song. You can use S, whatever you want. And the old cost is 99 cents times how many songs he downloads. So if we set these equal to each other, if I set the new cost, the equation for the new cost, which is this, equal to the equation of the cost of the old service, and I solve for S, if they're equal, this is going to tell me what? It's going to tell me, when the costs are the same. For what number of songs? I feel like I'm writing this bad. So when I solve for S here, it's going to tell me that if it's, say, 100 songs, if I download 100 songs, the cost will be the same. And then it'll be like, well, that means that after 100 songs, one's going to be cheaper. So let's solve for S first. I'm just going to rewrite. So since this side, the right side is the only an S is there, I'm just going to move this S term over there as well. Because remember, our goal is to get the variable by itself. So this goes away, and I end up with 12 equals, well, 99 cents minus 89 cents is 10 cents. Right? Oh, I see I made a mistake. This song was, the new plan, it actually said it was 95 cents, but we're just going to leave it. We're going to leave it 99 because I wrote the wrong thing. So now the last step is not S, Miss Harrington, just divided by 10 cents, just divide 0.10. So what is 12 divided by 0.1? Hopefully you remember your decimal rules. It's 120 equals S. So what does that mean? That means that the cost of the two options will be the same for 120 songs. So if he knows he's downloading 120 songs this month or this year, it doesn't matter which one he picks because they're the same cost. And what it's also telling us is that if he purchases more than 120 songs, then he should switch to the new service. Because it's cheaper. Because it is cheaper. Right? So that's really interesting. So instead of just saying blanket statement, well, that one's the cheaper one, he really has to look at how many songs he downloads. If he's less than 120, he should stay with his old service. It's cheaper. Right? If he downloads more than 120 songs, then he should switch. That's when it becomes, the new plan becomes the cheaper option. All right, so those are some story problems with setting up equations. The hard part isn't the solving. The hard part is being able to set it up. Okay? Bye.